All right, excellent. Okay, so sitting on the mat, just put your legs out in front and put your hands on your legs and just point your toes and then pull your toes up to your nose, point them away and check that both ankles flex and extend the same. Point them away and then pull them up and take both toes towards the left and both to the right like windscreen wipers. And then point the toes down and do circles around to the left. And then do circles around to the right. And point them away again, bring them up and take them both apart from each other. And then try to get the soles together. And then turn the soles away. And then push one toe away, pull one towards. And then just relax the feet and then roll the hands forward towards your feet and just bend that back forward and let your chin come down towards the floor. And then sit yourself up tall. Pop your face on the floor beside you and then just push your chest forwards and up and bring that chin up. Reaching and stretching, putting those shoulder blades together. And then rounding down and take your hands towards your legs. And then bring your hands around on the floor in a semicircle behind you. Put them on the floor behind and push forwards. Breathing in and then breathing out. And then pop your hands on your legs. And then rounding your lower back, we'll go down to the floor. So go slowly down to the floor. One vertebra at a time, all the way down to flat. And then take those hands over your head. And push your fingers from your toes, your right hand from your right foot. And your left hand from your left foot. And then bring those hands up over your head towards your feet and bring your chin into your chest and roll yourself slowly back up to sitting. And then reaching all the way forwards. And then sitting up nice and vertical. Put your right hand on your left knee and your left hand behind. And then lift your chest up and turn. Breathing in. And then breathing out and try and turn a little bit further. So I'm pushing off my right leg. And I'm pushing off my right hand to keep my body vertical. And then come back round to the front. And put your right hand on your left knee and your left hand behind and lifting up off that left hand to keep vertical. And pushing off that right hand, turn the body. And then come back to the front. And then slide your fingers down towards your feet. So we're bending that back down again. So we're doing three-dimensional bending of the spine. We go forwards, we come up straight, push your chest up and open. So we bend backwards, take the chin to the sky. And then get straight, put the right hand on the left knee, left hand behind, turning. So we rotate. So we're rotating the upper part of the spine, keeping the hips still. Back to the front and then turning the other way. We're doing it in a nice controlled way to start with so we don't jam anything up. Okay, sitting up tall, collapsing that lower back, roll down to flat. And now we'll bend the lower back a bit. So bring the right knee in, bring the left knee in, lift the tailbone off the ground, so hug those knees up. And release. Hug those knees up, lift the tailbone up and release. Hug those knees up and release. Keep hold of the right leg and let the left leg go flat on the floor and straight out. And really push that left leg away from you and pull that right knee in towards your armpit. Pull the right knee up the side of your body so it's not cramping over your tummy. And then take that right leg over your body to the left-hand side and straighten your right arm out away from you. Try to touch the right knee on the floor. Push those right fingers away and then turn that ear so your right ear is on the ground too. You're stretching the neck right shoulder down and back, pull the shoulder and the hip away from each other and putting that knee to the floor, letting that hip lift up. And then roll back onto your back and pull that right knee in towards your armpit. And then pull the left knee in towards the body as well. Lift the tailbone up. Release. Let that right leg go out straight. And pull that left knee in. Keep those shoulders on the floor. Keep that spine lengthened and push the right toes away from the top of your head. And then pull this left leg over the body onto the floor, pulling the knee away from the hip and pulling that hip away from the shoulder. And then turning your head to the left. Pushing my left hand away, keeping my left shoulder on the floor. Breathing in and breathing out, trying to get that left ear on the ground. And then roll back onto your back and pull your left knee into your armpit. And then bring your right knee in as well. And lift that tailbone up off the ground. Pop the tailbone back on the ground and let your knees hang apart. Breathing in on the out breath, roll the shoulders up to the ears and pull them down. And then pull those knees apart with your arms. So I've got my hands on the inside of my thighs, pulling my knees apart. Now just push the knees against the hands as if you're trying to bring the knees together, but resisting with the hands, so they're staying in this position. Keeping that tummy engaged, lengthen that tailbone away from the top of the head. Feel the ribs on the ground, top ribs, middle ribs, bottom ribs. Lift the waistband of the trousers a little bit off the floor. Keep pushing those knees into the hands. And then release that push, breathe in, breathe out. And relax the legs and let them just go a little bit further apart. And then rocking on your lower back, pushing a right leg down, left leg down, and just rocking side to side a little bit. Slide your hands to the outside of your knees and just bring those knees back together again. Pull the tailbone up off the ground by hugging the knees in. And then let the left leg go so the foot goes flat on the floor and turn the right leg. So you've got your foot, I've got my right foot on my left knee. Now I'm going to pull my left leg towards me a bit and put my right elbow against my right thigh and just feel the rotation of this right leg, stretching those muscles in your bum. So breathing in on the out breath, try to pull the left leg a bit closer and try to push the right knee a bit further away. Breathing in and out. Lengthen the head from the tailbone, make sure those shoulders are still relaxed on the floor. Now push that right knee in towards the right elbow. So if you're trying to push the knee towards your face. Just a 20% contraction, so it's not going crazy. And then breathe in. On the out breath, relax the push, pull the foot in closer and push that knee away. Okay, relax that left leg, put it on the ground. Release the right leg, put it on the ground. And now put the left foot on the right knee. So knees are bent. Yeah, pull that right leg towards you. Push that right thigh away from you with the elbow. Breathing in. On the out breath, pull that right knee towards, push the left thigh away. Lengthen the head away from the tailbone. All those ribs are on the floor, slight elevation of the lower back. Now push the left knee into the left elbow. Breathing in and breathing out. And then breathing in and release the push. On the out breath, pull the right leg a bit closer and push the left leg a bit further, the left knee a bit further away, so you rotate that leg. And then release that right leg out straight, put the left leg on the floor and let that go out straight. Take the hands up over your head and push your fingers away from your toes. Bring your fingers all the way up to the sky, chin into the chest, and roll yourself slowly up to sitting. All the way up to sitting. Sitting up nice and tall. Glide those fingers forwards over the top of your feet. Yeah. And then come back up to vertical. So Jane, vertical. So bring your hands down next to your bum. And we're going to push and lift the bum off the ground. So we're just hanging. And then lower down so that you sit your middle bottom on the floor. Right, good. So bodies are up nice and straight. Fingers are horizontal. So soften your knees, and I want you to come forward onto your front bottom, forward on where you weave from, so onto your pubic bone, Jane. You've got to tilt the pelvis. Come back up to vertical. So just look at me for a second. So Jane, you're doing that. You're keeping the pelvis vertical, whereas what I want you to do is that.
Okay.
You've got to tilt the pelvis forward so you close that hip joint up. And then come back up to vertical. So this is important for lower backs, because if you can't close this hip area, as in get that leg, so what we're trying to do is move that joint, so I'm lifting that leg up without moving my pelvis. So when you cycle, run, walk, ride a horse, you've got to be able to keep this still while you move this around. So you have to have an extension and flexion of the hip, ability to extend and flex your hip. So when we're sitting, we're keeping the legs still and we're moving the body. So my torso, I've rolled right onto where I weave from here, and then right back onto my tailbone. So my pelvis is tilting. It's gone back here. It's gone all the way forward. As opposed to the pelvis staying vertical and me bending from the waist there. And there. Can you see the difference?
Yes.
Yeah, so you've got to move, you've got to roll forward, forward on your seat bone. So I'm not on my seat bones here, I'm on where I weave from.
But I feel that in my lower back.
Yes, so make sure your knees are bent up a bit. So so hold behind your thighs, Anne, and pull forward, and you might feel it in your lower back. So I can feel it a bit achy. But it's more sort of achy strain because it's not used to being in that position.
Yeah, that's what mine is too, yes.
Okay. As opposed to, so you've got to establish the difference between sharp pain. So if I go like that, I get a pain in my sacroiliac joint. Whereas if I lean forward like that, I can feel it's a pull.
Right.
A sort of strain. So I go forwards there, then come up on the seat bone. So that's an extreme position, that forwards. There's nothing in life, unless you're sitting on a chair and you've got your tummy on your knee to do your shoelaces on. There's not much that you bend that hard there. But what I'm trying to get you to do is, if we can get forwards a bit here, and that becomes feeling more normal, then sitting in a chair where your thighs are straight, it will feel easy. It's like if you run 20 miles, 5 miles feels easy. Okay, so now we just roll backwards onto our tailbone, so our tummy muscles have to support us here. Chest up, and then come up to vertical and roll forward. So just get the feeling of rolling forwards and backwards over those seat bones with the body staying straight. So mum, chest up, chest, boobs up. So you get rid of that hunchback area. So Anne's the same. Get your chest up so that you're inverting this upper back. Good, and then roll forward. Okay, sit up straight. And then we're going to collapse the back down to the floor. So it's quite straining holding itself straight. So we're going to roll back down to the ground again. Take those arms all the way over the head. Push them over. Push the fingers away from the toes. Pushing. And then bring those arms back down by your side. Slide your fingers under your bottom. Breathing in on the out breath, push the elbows in the floor and lift that chest up off the floor. So the first one, I haven't moved my head at all. I just pushed off my elbows and I just flexed my, flexing my back, pushing my chest to the sky, squeezing those shoulder blades together, breathing in, breathing out and lower down to flat on the floor. Bring the left knee into the chest and then the right knee. And then bring your nose to your knees so that we do the opposite. We're curling up here. Now we're going to pop the feet back on the floor, slide them out straight, slide the hands under the bottom. Breathing in on the out breath, push off those elbows and we can lift up onto the back of the head. So squeezing those shoulder blades together. Breathing in, fill the lungs up. Spread the ribs on the chest and on the spine. Breathing out, slide those shoulder blades under the back towards each other. Point the toes and lengthen your legs away. Draw your tummy in and stretch the top of the head away from your toes. Then lower the back down to the floor again. Bring the left knee in, bring the right knee in. Bring the nose up to the knees. Good, and then pop the toes on the floor. Lay the head and shoulders back on the ground, lengthen those legs away. Slide your hands under your bum. Breathing in on the out breath, push those elbows into the floor. Lift up high and pop the top of your head on the ground. Point your toes away, clenching your bum. Pushing that chest to the sky, pushing off those elbows, breathing in. Squeeze those shoulder blades together as you breathe out. Fill those lungs and spread the ribs as you breathe in. Another big breath in. And then another big breath out. And then lower the back down to the floor. And bring the left knee in. Bring the right knee in. Bring the nose to the knees. And then lying yourself, keep your feet off the floor, knees bent. Lay yourself in neutral spine, roll your shoulders up to the ears, into the floor, slide them down. Bring your arms down by your side, keeping your knees above your pelvis and your feet level with your knees, so your knees at 90 degrees. So we're in neutral spine, push those fingers down towards where the feet would have been. Breathing in on the out breath. Rotate that right leg around so the heel touches the floor. Lift that leg up. Take that left leg down. Touch the heel on the floor. Bring it back up. Rotate the right leg down, heel to the floor. Lift it back up. Take that left leg down, heel to the floor. Lift it back up. And the right leg down. And bring it back up. And the left leg down. And bring it back up. And take the right leg down. Keep the heel on the floor. And slide that foot out to straight. And bring that leg back in. And lift that leg back up. And take the left leg down, heel to the floor. Slide it out straight. Drag it back in. Bring it up. Lift the upper body up. And keep your arms horizontal to the floor. Arms off the floor. Yeah, hands up, pushing the hands as if they're to the feet. So we're resting on the lower back. Tap that right heel, to the ground. Bring that right heel back up. Tap that left heel to the ground. Is that okay, Anne, or is that sore on your neck?
A little bit on the neck, but...
Okay, yeah. Take that right leg down. Bring that right leg up. Take that left leg down.
Oh.
Bring it back up. Release the top of the body back to the floor. Arms on the ground. Take the right leg to the floor, left leg to the floor. Straighten those legs out. Breathing in, lift the arms up, breathe out, chin into the chest and roll yourself back up to sitting. So was that one? That's the start of the 100. That's the thing that Kay put up there.
Yeah, I know.
I know. I was afraid you'd see that.
We know it well. We hate it
The 100 is a favourite Pilates exercise.
for some.
Well, it was his original, his namesake thing, wasn't it? Okay, so sitting up nice and tall. Let's grab, have you got your rollers nearby?
Yeah.
Yes.
Or you can use the squishy ball. Okay. So did you manage to do the stick stuff, Anne?
Yes, I did. I tried this bit. I found it quite hard.
Okay, well we'll run through that a bit later. You guys have impressed the younger lot with your polo mallet and lacrosse stick and all of your sporting. Okay, so lean back on the roller so that it's at the bottom ribs. And you can bend your knees so they're just soft, so we support that lower back because we haven't got the hip totally extended. Elbows are on the roller. Lift the bum up and just roll the roller down the length of the back. Just move it along the length of the back. So just get used to it moving. You can support your head in your hands if you want.
See, mine doesn't seem to move, but I don't know why.
Roller.
Yes. It goes a little way, but I can't get it to go.
Okay, so you've got to pull with your feet. So I lift my bum up and I pull my heels into the floor and pull myself along the roller.
Right.
And then I push off my feet and I straighten my legs and the roller goes up. But you've got to lift your bum, so you've got to kind of get yourself horizontal. It's like a rolling pin. If you push the rolling pin on the edge,
I've got it now.
yeah, you push it on the edge, you just drag it through the pastry. So you've got to,
Yes.
yeah, you've got to push it equally on the top. So then as you get used to the roller moving, try to open your chest up so that your head's going to the floor and your bum staying down towards the floor. You all right, Jane?
Yeah.
Good. And then roll a little bit on the left-hand side. That's very good for you. That's why you have to persist with this. And then go into the middle. And then go over onto the right-hand side. And then really open up over this roller. And then pop your bum on the floor, peel yourself up, sitting up to straight, get that roller out of the way for a moment.
Woo, shutting out the sun.
You're doing that after yesterday. Okay, roll forwards down towards your feet. Forwards down, so stretching forward. And sitting back up straight. Put the hands on the floor behind your bum. Roll those shoulders back. Push that chest forward. And then releasing on the bottom. Put the right hand on the left knee, left hand behind. Lift and turn. And then come back to straight. And then the other hand on the other knee and lift and turn. Come back to straight. Okay, swing your knees around and come onto all fours. I managed to do my class this morning with my trousers inside out. I think it was dark, so no one could really see. And I turned them what I thought was the right way out before I put them on. Okay, middle fingers parallel. Turn the inside of the elbows forward and pull those shoulder blades together. Pull those knees apart on the floor so that you're supporting with your glutes. And then arching your back up, take your eyes to the knees. And then breathing out, sinking the back down, taking your eyes up to the sky. Now, if you feel sore on your wrists when you're on all fours, Glide the body back so you've got more weight on your knees. Arching up, eyes to the knees. Thinking down, eyes come up to the sky. One more arching up. And then sinking down. And then come into the middle, the neutral position. And we do the wag the tail. So we turn the left ear to the left hip. So we're going sideways. It's a curve to the left day. And then right ear around to the right hip. So we're curving at the waist mainly. But we're staying in one plane. Go the left ear around. And then the right ear around. And then slide your hands forward and come down onto your tummy. Down onto the tummy. So hands are level with my ears. Elbows are level with my middle of my ribs. Roll the shoulders up to the ears. Pull them down and back. Tighten the bum and push through into your pubic bone into the floor. Tighten the thighs and lengthen the legs so your knees and feet are soft on the ground. Breathing in. On the out breath, sliding the chest forward and peeling up off the ground. So I just keep my bottom rib on the ground, my tummy's elevated, resting on the pubic bone, lengthen those legs and pull those shoulders back and down, pushing the chest forward, opening that chest up. And then easing and lowering back down to flat. So breathing in, breathing out, pulling the elbows towards my waist, but they're not actually moving, lifting that chest up, opening that back up. So try to pull the breastbone, try to pull your boobs forwards on the mat, shoulders are back, and then releasing and lowering. So breathing in, put the hands flat, breathe out, heel up, the same place. So I'm up, legs are lengthened, tummy's off the ground, pushing that chest forward. And then push off your hands a bit so you come a bit higher. Clench the bum. Yeah, not too high. Okay, lower and lower back down again. So slide your hands now down more level with the bottom ribs. It's easier on the arms if the hands are under the shoulders. So breathing in. On the out breath, roll the shoulders up to the ears, pull them down, lengthen the legs. Now clench the bum. And push your front bottom into the floor, push off your hands and straighten those arms. So you come up onto your knees, push the breastbone forward, shoulders down, mum, shoulders down, Jane. Chest forward and then lower back down to the floor. And keep the shoulder end of the arm needs to stay at sort of 4 o'clock. So if you think of your ears is 12, the sky is 3, 4 o'clock is down and back. So as I lift up, so if you just watch me for a sec, I push my shoulders down, breathing in. On the out breath, clench my bum, pushing off my hands. My shoulder, the inside end of my shoulder stays in the same place. I don't end up with my shoulders here. Got to keep them back there.
Right.
Push the breastbone up. And then lower yourself down. So use your breathing. Breathe in at the bottom, breathe out as you push up, breathe in at the top and out as you come down. So breathing in, clench the bum, push it into the ground, breathe out, roll the shoulders back and down as you push off your hands and lift up onto those hands, straighten so we're on the knees. Shoulders are back. So you've got to get your hips down. And then lower back down, so lower back down to the floor. So I want your tummy tighter, so your lower back stays straighter, and we stretch in the hip. Actually, we'll come up into child pose and we'll do a hip stretch, and we'll do a hip flexor stretch and then come back to this. So breathing in, breathe out, roll the shoulders up, back and down, clench the bum, push off the hands, come all the way up, bending at that hip. All the way up, push the knees into the floor, bum in the sky, go back into child pose and just loosen that lower back. Stretching. And then come up onto all fours. And then step your left foot forward and come up onto your knee and your foot. So we got to, so that cobra, the bend is all here where my white t-shirt joins my trousers. It's here, not at my waist. So in this position, tuck the bottom under you like that, and then glide forward so that you feel the stretch in the front of this leg. The front of this leg and the front of that hip. Roll the shoulders back, lengthen the head up to the sky. So get your body vertical. If you're wobbling, take your foot out sideways. So I've got my foot on the outside of the mat and my knee on the other side of the mat. So I'm tucked forward with my pubic bone, glided into it here. Roll the shoulders back, lift the top of my head up like someone's pulling my hair to the sky. Now tense the front of this leg as if I'm pulling that knee forward on the floor. So it's using the friction of the carpet, tensing against that. Breathing in. On the out breath, release that tension and glide forward and take this right hand all the way up in the sky, reaching, reaching, reaching up, and then taking it slightly over your head, so that you'll feel the stretch all the way through this armpit, through this side, down through that leg. Now bring that arm back down by your side. Tuck the bottom under a bit, and then glide it forward a bit so you feel a bit more here. Okay, rolling, leaning forward, put one hand either side of that front leg on the floor, and then push that foot forward and see if you can straighten that leg.
Whoop.
Oh,
Oh my goodness, look at yours, Emma.
So if it's hard, you can lift yourself up a bit. So have one hand on the leg, so I can hold on to my bike handlebar here, or you can hold on to a chair or something. So you feel the stretch in the back of that hamstring.
Oh, it's terrible on the hamstring.
Pull the toes up towards your nose and then point them away. That makes it more intense, less intense. More intense, less intense. Put the side of that foot to the floor and slide it back. So keep that foot between your hands. Now turn the back, so bend your front knee, Anne. Bend the front knee, Anne. Yeah, and take your hands to the floor. Yeah, and then turn the toes over of the back foot and lift the back knee off the floor.
Oh, blimey.
Blimey. This is yoga. Back off the floor and sink your groin to
I'm
the
up to do yoga.
same.
Put off the leg off.
Yoga, it's all the same. Push the back heel up, so your bum should be level with your knees and your heels in line with. I'm sinking my groin to the floor and stretching the front of that back leg.
I can't get my feet off the ground.
Yeah, that's good, and that's good. Okay, drop the back knee to the floor again, turn the toe over, and then come back up onto your knee and your foot like me. Both knees on the floor, and we'll change legs.
Oh, yeah.
So make sure that my right foot is on the right side of the mat and my left knee is on the left side of the mat. So I'm not tightrope walking, because then I'll be wobbly.
Wobbling.
I am wobbling.
I'm wobbling too, Virginia.
Oh, yeah. Put that there that you can't see what I'm doing.
Okay, tuck your bottom forward under you. Feel the stretch in the front of this left leg. And then glide forward to increase that stretch. Roll those shoulders up to the ears, down and back. Now visualize you're pulling that back knee forward on the floor. Tense that the front of the back leg. Keep tensing it, breathing in. On the out breath, release that pull, take the left arm into the sky, push that left arm up high and slide the body forward a little bit so you get more stretch through that left side. So this is getting an extension in the hip. In theory, the body and the pelvis are in a straight line together, but the leg is pulling backwards. Okay, release that arm. Drop your hands either side of your front foot. So my knee is out wide, so my tummy can come down inside my leg. Okay, so now we're going to straighten that front leg. So I push that front leg forward on the floor.
Well, yeah, because I'm stuck on the mat.
I know, because you've got those non-slip socks on.
I know.
Woo!
Okay, swap all the toes to your nose. If you can't keep your hands on the floor, you can have your hands on your leg. Mum, put your hands on your leg or hold the roller. Or use the coffee table. Point the toe. Flex the foot. Point the toe. Flex the foot. And then bend the
Really, you're meant to be feeling it here in your.
forward. You feel it down the back of this leg. So at the moment I feel it in the top part of my hamstring. When I put the toe up, I feel it in my calf. I point the toe where it goes from the calf and it comes back into the hamstring.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's all right then.
Yeah. Okay, now put your hands to the floor and bend the front leg. Bend the front leg and bring it back. Slide the front foot back. So I just crawl it back in between my hands. And then turn the back toes over so the sole of your toe is on the floor. Slide your body over your front foot a bit more and lift the back foot off the floor. Back knee off the floor, sorry, back knee up. Okay, that's it, Mum. That's it, Anne. Slide it back.
I'm leaning on the front, on my other leg. Is that right?
Well, you can do. The stretch is in the groin, so it's not really. Yes, in yoga they go into warrior and take the hands off the floor and all that, but we're not doing that. We're just stretching the groin. Drop the back knee to the floor, and then slide your front foot backwards and put it next to that back leg. So what I was trying to do in that was get you to stretch here, so that the pelvis and spine stay together, but you're flexing in this hip area, so that when you come into that up dog like that, you have it because Anne, you were having your bottom there in the up dog and your chest like that. You've got to drop your bum down and bring your tummy up and open your chest.
Right.
So that your shoulder blades are back, your chest is open, tummy's engaged. So I'm lifting here up. I'm lifting this bit of my back is going towards the sky, but this bit here is going down. Rather than keeping the bum up and sinking the back, and that hurts my back like that. That's compression in my back. And then my chest is sort of hunched. So instead I've got to clench my bum and push that forward, lift my lower back up a bit, and then open the chest.
Right.
That's better, and that's much better. So that would be more comfortable on your lower back, isn't it?
Yes.
Right, good. So the whole thing is the core stability is the bum pushes into the hip flexors and the tummy pushes the lower back backwards. And then the chest has to open, so you pull the shoulder blades together. And then if you want to be really brave, you can tighten your thighs and lift your knees off the ground.
Oh, couldn't do that.
Yeah, pop your knees back on the ground and then lower down to the ground. Have you got, Jane, are you hyperextending your elbows with that? Can't quite see the angle of this. So pull your elbows. So I'm also pulling my elbows into my side. So I'm pulling the inside crease of my elbow. I'm turning forwards, which pulls those shoulder blades back and pulls the arms into the side. Try not to have the arms out. Yeah. Is that right? Yeah, okay, yeah, I see, yeah. Okay. All right, so lower back down to the floor, come back down to the ground. So we'll just do one more from here. So hands are next to the chest, clench the bum, push the hips into the ground, push the pubic bone into the ground, lengthen the legs. Breathing in, on the out breath, roll the shoulders up to the ears, up to the sky and pull them down. And then peel the chest up off the ground, pushing off those hands, clench the bum. Tighten the tummy here, opening the chest, lifting with those hands, clench the bum, pushing into the hips, tighten with the tummy, open the chest. Clench the bum, tighten the tummy, open the chest. Clench the bum, tighten the tummy. Shoulders back and down, mum. Bum in the sky and back into child pose. So if you just sort of chip away a little bit, then you get more and more stretched in the right areas. Okay, come back up onto all fours. Slide those hands away from you and lie back down on the mat. Keeping those hands in that pitchfork position. Lengthen those legs away, clenching the bum. Forehead on the ground. Breathing in, on the out breath, lift the hand and forearm up and keep the elbow down. So the hand and forearm comes up, elbow stays down, and then lower the hand down. So breathing in, on the out breath, lift the hand and forearm up, and then lower down. Breathing in, on the out breath, hand and forearm up, and then lift the whole arm up off the floor. Whole arm comes up. Lengthen the head, lengthen the toes away from you. Tighten your bum, push your pubic bone into the ground. Touch the elbow on the floor. Lift the whole arm up. My forehead's on the ground. Touch the elbow on the floor. Breathing in. On the out breath, lifting up. On the in breath, lowering down. On the out breath, lifting up, hold those arms in the sky, lengthen the head away from the toes, draw the tummy in, rest the bottom ribs are on the ground. Breathing in, on the out breath, pulse those arms up higher for 3, 2, 1, hold them high. Clench the bum, lengthen the legs. Breathing in, on the out breath, arms up higher, 3, 2, 1. Hold them here. Lengthen the legs, lift those arms up again. 3, 2, 1. Lower them down to the floor. Breathing in. On the out breath, lift the hand and forearm up so they stay higher than the elbow. Good. Breathing out, lift the hand and forearm higher. Perfect. Pulse them up for 3, 2, 1. Keep them up, tighten the bum, lengthen the legs and lift those knees and feet off the ground. Pushing your pubic bone in the ground. Breathing in. On the out breath, hand and forearm up higher. 3, 2, 1. Hold them here. Keep the head on the ground, lift the hand and forearm up. 3, 2, 1. And lower everything down. Good. Breathing in. On the out breath, lift the hand and forearm up. Clench the bum, lengthen the legs, lift those legs off the ground. Breathing in on the out breath, lift the forehead off the ground and keep the eyes looking down. Breathing in on the out breath, lift the arms up for 3, 2, 1. Hold them there. So I want your hands and forearms higher than your head.
Oh, Lord.
On the out breath, lift, lift, lift.
Oh.
In here, one more. Breathing in on the out breath, lift, 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 and lower.
Oh.
Well done. Okay, grab your rollers and put your roller in front of you. This is the starter of the stick in front of you, or the stick stuff. So lying on your tummy with your hands on the roller, your wrists on the roller. I've run out of space in my room. Right, so my wrists are on the roller, my legs are out straight, drawing in my core, lift my tummy off the ground, pushing the pubic bone into the ground. Roll the shoulders up to the ears and back, and I've got my wrists on the roller so my arms are off the floor.
Ooh. Really hurts my arm.
Lift that left arm up off the roller and then put it back down on the roller. Yeah. Breathing in. On the out breath, lift the right arm up and down. Breathing in. Lift the left arm up.
I can't lift it. It's too high up.
So
It's the top of my arm.
Move the roller further away and do it just on the floor. So your head is on the ground. Roll the shoulders up to the ears, into the sky, back and down. Breathing in. On the out breath, lift the right arm, or the left arm, sorry, up off the floor or off the roller, and then rest down. Breathing in. Do the left arm again. Lifting and lowering. Lifting and lowering. Do the right arm. Lifting and lower. Lift. It only has to come a few millimeters up. You're engaging the back muscles. Lift and lower. So we need to get extension in the armpit in order to, otherwise you end up, because otherwise when you come to reach something overhead, you are going to be bending your lower back because you don't have flexibility in the shoulder. So we're trying to get the flexibility back there. So one more of them. If you've got your arms on the roller or however they are, lengthen them out on the floor. Keep the shoulders back and down. Draw in the cat tummy and lengthen the legs. Breathing in. On the out breath, lift the left arm up and down. Breathing in. On the out breath, right arm up and down. Breathing in, left arm up and down. Right arm up and down. Okay, bend your arms and hop them off the roller. Put those hands next to your chest. Breathing in. On the out breath, roll the shoulders up to the ears. Tighten the bum, pushing the pubic bone. Lifting or pushing off our hands up into the up dog. Yeah, all the way up. Then bum in the air and back into child pose. All the way back into child pose. So we just loosen that body out, push those fingers away. Walk those hands to the left-hand side of the mat. And then slide the hands over to the right-hand side of the mat. Bring them back to the middle. Walk the knees forwards and sit yourselves down. So we start in the original position. Okay, we're just going to touch on the stick. We've sort of run out of time, but just for following that last week's thing, just so that you get I just want to just clarify some things. Have you got a stick, Anne?
I haven't actually. I'll use the roller.
Okay.
Well, get a lacrosse stick, but I think he forgot.
The roller is going to be quite tricky, but I'll show you. So start with having a thing, whatever it is on your lap.
Just see if there's an umbrella. No, there's not an umbrella in the stand. Right.
Okay, sitting up tall. So pulling forward onto that front bottom or middle bottom. Lift the roller or the stick up. Are you all right? I'll do it with the roller as well, so I can. So you've got the thing up in front of you. So pull the elbows back behind you and touch your chest with the stick. Push it away from you. Pull it towards you. Push it away. Now do an arc and take it straight up above your head. Straight up above your head. Bring it straight back down and bring it to your chest. Shoulders back. Pulling those shoulders back, putting those elbows back, pushing it away. Taking it straight up.
Thank you.
Okay, now you're going to bring it down behind your head. So this will be harder for you, Anne, because it's too wide.
Yes.
That's okay though. So get the boobs up, chest up. Push the stick up to the sky. Bring it down in front of you. Pulling those shoulder blades back. Breathing in, turning around to the left. Keeping those shoulders back. Back to centre. Turning right. So this is where your shoulders need to live. Elbows back, James. Get the stick up higher. Yeah, and pull your elbows behind you. Right, come back to the front. So, ladies, the stick's touching my breastbone.
Oh, right. Sorry.
Breastbone, get your elbows higher and pull them behind you. So you're retracting your rhomboids. Shoulders back and down. And have overhand grip, Jane.
Sorry.
You got an overhand grip.
Over the.
Palms are down. Palms to the floor. Get the elbows level with your shoulders and pull the stick behind you. Lift your elbows.
Over your head.
No. No, so you have it in front like that. So our elbows are level with our shoulders here.
Yeah.
Keep your elbows high and pull the stick to your chest.
Right.
Yes. So pull the shoulders down and the elbows up. So you feel your rhomboids and all the muscles, the lats and everything in your back, putting your shoulder blades together. Push that roller forward. Pull the stick forward. Chest up, down. Pulling back. Pushing it forward. Take it up to the sky. Now pull it down behind you. Now this is the one where you take the stick away from the back.
Oh.
Touch it back again.
Oh.
Take it away. Push it up to the sky. Bring it down in front. Pull it towards. Elbows up, mum. Elbows high, shoulders down. Turn to the right. So you keep your shoulders back. So Anne, you should remember this from Pony Club. You used to make us have our crocs behind our arms.
Yes.
Forward, face forward, and turning around. So it's exactly the same theory as that. Having your riding stick under your elbow behind you here. So you've got your shoulders back, chest forward, turning. Come back, turning. Because otherwise, when you turn, you do that.
Yes.
And so you've got to stay up. So that's what I was doing with the other one. So we just keep the thing in front, push it up to the sky. So my upper arm's level with my ears. So up to the sky, I can turn around to the right. Good. Come to centre. Turn left. Come to centre. Bring it down. Pop it on the ground. So if you feel it in your thighs, you can drop.
Yes, it's terrible in my thighs.
Yeah, so you can drop your knees out to hold yourself up. So if you're on a horse, I mean, there's not much, that is a Pilates exercise as opposed to a functional exercise, because there's everything in life, you've got your legs straight down. But if you can do it with your legs in front or bent like this, then you've got your shoulders back and your torso strong, then you're going to be better for when you're trying to turn. It's turning around in a car, looking over your shoulders. I don't know, reaching from behind rather than reaching where, because if you turn when you're like that, your back is in a rounded, you're putting all the pressure on the front edge of the discs and the vertebra. Whereas when you're like that, you're rotating flats to flats. Can you see that? But it all comes from the tummy.
Yeah.
Okay, so sitting up tall, pop those legs out straight. Slide those hands forwards to the feet. Let that head come down, sliding forwards. Sitting yourself up tall. Put your left hand on your right knee, right hand behind. Lift and turn. Might make that one easier.
They left about 10 minutes ago, so they won't be long.
Left knee, lift and turn. Come back to the centre. Slide your hands forward. Bend your body. Lift yourself up nice and tall. Roll yourself back down to the floor. Lengthening those legs. Take those arms over your head. Your right hand away from your right foot, left hand from the left foot. Bring those hands all the way back up to the sky, reaching and rolling yourself back up. Bend that right knee. Take hold of that right foot and slide it up the side of your body. And then take hold of the knee and pull it towards, I'm putting my right knee to my left shoulder and just turning around towards the bent leg, so I feel the stretch in the bum here. Release that. Drop that leg down. Take the other foot, pull that up towards my bum. Take hold of this knee, pull that towards this shoulder, and turn towards that leg. Feel it in that left bum. Release that. Have the legs a bit soft, hold behind the knees. Pull yourself up onto your front bottom. Take your arms all the way out wide, bring them all the way up over the head. Put the palms together, touch your forehead with the hands, and then push those hands straight up into the sky. Look up with your eyes, big breath in. Fill your lungs up, breathe out, bring those arms all the way down by your side. Put your hands on your legs and roll your shoulders. Well done, girls.